What's up guys, Dan here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to make a full-time passive income on Amazon FBA, selling basic products and building a brand around them. So obviously you guys are probably familiar with Amazon. If you haven't heard of Amazon FBA, basically it's a program that Amazon created that allows sellers, or that allows people to become sellers. They're called third-party sellers on Amazon. So basically this opens up anyone in the world with an internet connection and a computer to make a passive income for themselves, to create, a monthly income stream for themselves, and basically create a full-time income. And to create a full-time income on Amazon, it's a lot easier than you think. In my opinion, it's actually the best passive income stream available right now. I started my entrepreneurship journey about a year and a couple months ago now. And so, I started young, but I tried all these different things. I tried, social media marketing. I tried messing around with Facebook ads, all this different stuff. And, finally I got to Amazon, and then once I started watching videos about it, probably like you are doing now, I realized that, okay, it was actually possible to make this work and to actually build a business, because this actually required some work, not too much work, but it did require some work. It required some startup investment and, not too much. So about $1,000, give or take, for your first product. And, you can actually create yourself a sustainable passive income and an actual asset, like an actual business for yourself. Completely done with your computer, and you never even have to see your product, because your product goes to the Amazon warehouse and Amazon takes care of all the shipping for you. They take care of all the, customer returns, and they basically do everything. And essentially, Amazon makes money from you because you give them a fee, but you still make profit from your product. Actually, you're making between $6 profit per unit, $8 profit per unit, $10 profit per unit, up to $15 profit per unit, depending on how well you brand your product, which I talk about, I'm going to talk about a little bit about in this video and on my channel as well. So yeah, that's essentially what Amazon is. And when I started Amazon FBA, it completely changed my life. With my first product, I was making well over multiple six figures a year, at the age of 21, and it's just, it blew my mind. And so I quit my job right away, and I pursued it full time. And basically now we're here, and it allowed me to live my dream life. And so, what I want you guys to know, I want you guys to understand that it's an actual income stream. You're actually building a business for yourself, but it's definitely not as easy as, you might think. Because you still have to put in some work. You don't have to put in a lot of work, but you have to put in some work and some effort, and you have to remain focused on getting that goal for yourself, whether it's $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, or $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month if that's what you want. As a goal for yourself, you have to be focused on finding that product that will get you there. All right. So as long as you stay focused, you will get there. So anyone in the world can sell on Amazon and create a full-time income for themselves. In my opinion, it's the best income stream because it's completely online. And it's 2018. If you're not, if you're pursuing, non-internet income streams, if you're trying to start a business not online, I don't think you're doing the right thing, in my opinion. So anyway, I just want to show you guys this graph right here. So retail e-commerce sales worldwide from 2014 to 2021. As you can see, the graph has been growing, right? So some of you might think okay, Amazon's been around for a while, and there's probably way too many sellers, probably way too many products already. It's going to be hard to get in and compete, right? And what I want you guys to see is look at the growth here. So 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, you can see that e-commerce sales worldwide in billions of dollars are growing at a huge rate. So, this year, so between last year and this year, it's $500 billion increase. It's a $500 billion increase. And next year, it's even more. It's like a $700 billion increase, as you can see. So, and if we go on this graph right here, which will show you even more, this is year to year e-commerce sales growth worldwide from 2014 to 2021. So as you can see, 26%, 25%, 24%. So this is year to year. Okay, so between just this year alone, 23% more e-commerce sales. And what does that mean? Some of you might be confused with these graphs. What does that mean? And so what that essentially means is that less and less people are going to stores like Walmart and Target to buy their stuff, and more of them are, going on Amazon, figuring out how to use the internet, figuring out how to go on Amazon, how to get an Amazon Prime subscription, and how to make life much easier for themselves by just shopping online, because everything now you can buy online, especially on Amazon with Amazon Prime, right? And who are the people that are going to be selling the products that people are searching for? Third-party sellers. And that's what, I am, and that's what you're going to become if you pursue Amazon, right? And so that's basically how Amazon FBA works, and why it remains the best opportunity for a passive income stream today, in my opinion. There are many other income streams, for example, Shopify, and you can also start an ad agency and things like that. But I'm not really familiar with those things yet. I will start learning them, but I can tell you, because Amazon, if you look at the videos from my channel, has personally changed my life, and I believe that it can change, your life and anybody's life as long as you commit to your goal, as long as you follow a proven formula, as long as you, watch good information, like videos with good information. So obviously I'm happy you guys are watching on this channel here. So to begin, what I want you guys to understand is that, number one, there's no reason that you can't succeed. I had no experience. I knew about Amazon when I was first starting out, but I literally, I had no experience. I'd never sold products online. I've never, kind of like imported anything from China. I thought it was all overwhelming. But what I've realized was that if I figure out exactly what successful sellers are doing that are making, 10,000 a month, 30,000 a month, 100,000 a month, they're making millions, there's no reason I can't succeed as long as I copy it exactly and I put my own little twist on it. All right. So that's one thing. And number two, set a clear goal for yourself. So set a clear goal right now. If you guys are familiar with the law of attraction, I'm super into the law of attraction. It got me every single thing in my life up until now. And what makes the law of attraction work is decisions. So you've got to decide on a goal for yourself. So, for example, I will make 10,000 a month on Amazon by a certain date. So by December 2018. At the time I'm creating this video, it is June 4th, 2018. So that's about in June, July, August, September. So, about 3-4 months. So, that's a realistic goal. If you start right now, and if you start learning, and if you maybe take a course or something like that, or if you keep watching videos and you really stay consistent, there's no reason you can't hit this goal as long as you're following correct information. All right. So these are two things I want you guys to understand. But also, like I said, you can't just expect to succeed overnight. Right. So just keep that in mind. As long as you keep that in mind, and as long as you know that everything worth it in life takes work. Okay. And famous quote by Charlie Munger that the world isn't yet a crazy enough place to reward undeserving people. So as long as you remember those two things and these things as well, you will succeed. I have absolutely no doubt. So now you're probably asking me, okay, Dan, like how do we find these products? How do you find these products? Like how do you actually know whether the product that you're gonna do is actually gonna make money? How do I actually know that I'm not gonna lose money? So that's where tools like Jungle Scout come in place, right? So without things like Jungle Scout, I can tell you 100%, if I was just trying to find products on Amazon by myself without any kind of tool, without any kind of metrics or data to look at, I would 110% fail because it's just a guessing game, right? Before these tools existed, people wanted to sell on Amazon, and I used to hear about this. People wanting to sell on Amazon back in the day, they actually had to go and look at different things like bestsellers rank, like these basically these super basic data points on Amazon. And it was basically a guessing game. It was a complete guessing game. And if you did, land on a product that would make you money, it was basically luck. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how much people are making on Amazon FBA, to prove to you that a full-time income and more is very possible on Amazon, right? It's 2018. Remember, guys, it's not like 1996. The internet has been around for a while. And number two, I'm going to show you guys, the tools that you need to use, right? So I'm just going to log into my Jungle Scout really quick, and I've been using the same tool since the very beginning. And I found every single one of my $5,000, $10,000, and $30,000 a month products using this tool. All right, guys, so this is Jungle Scout right here. This is what's called the product database. And this is basically, you just plug in the filters here, you choose the categories, you choose the price, you choose the minimum, maximum sales, minimum, maximum revenue, and this will show you products that fit this criteria. Now take a look at some of the products that I'm going to show you guys, which prove to you that people are making great money with simple household items that aren't very difficult to source at all, using Alibaba, which is the Chinese website, to find suppliers. All right, so I'm going to show you guys. Let's go on Amazon and let's just type in like any product. For example, we'll do barbecue gloves, the classic example. So right here, very simple barbecue gloves. As you can see, we pull up Jungle Scout, and if we pull it up, this is, by the way, the Chrome extension. So with Jungle Scout, there's the web and then the Chrome extension. So you do need both things. I strongly recommend both things. So, basically the Chrome extension, you pull it up and it will show you how much estimated a seller is making per month in revenue. So not in profit, but in revenue using, with their product. So as you can see right here, let's just take any of these gloves right here. So, we're going to pull this one up, and it's just like literally, it's a pair of black gloves. They're $24.85, and I'm going to show you guys exactly where this seller is sourcing this product. So as you can see, simple black gloves, $45,000 a month, and the price is $24.85, right? Which means that the profit is high, right? So typically a profit like this would be about 50%, which means that this person is making $44,755, okay, divided by 2. He or she is making $22,377 a month in US dollars in profit. Okay, this is a typical profit margin, a very common profit margin on Amazon. So $22,377 a month off of simple household gloves. So that's not even a full-time income. This is how much people make in a year in the United States and Canada. This is like a basic wage, right? So someone is doing this in a month. So now I'm going to show you guys exactly how this person, from the comfort of their own home, found this product and is now has completely changed their life and is making this much money from it. Okay, so these are insulated, waterproof glove. Let's just do cooking gloves. And we should find the exact same ones. So I just searched up barbecue insulated gloves. And as you can see, we've got all of these gloves that you can source for between $1.50 and $3 a piece. So I can't seem to find the exact same ones as this, but I'll show you. I think I saw this one right here, the black and red one. So as you can see, if I show you guys the black and red one, so that's a black and red one up there. And I've seen a ton of these orange ones. There's like the spider one. So, okay, so for example, the spider one, I think I just saw it here, the spider design. And you can actually customize your gloves as well with your Chinese supplier. You can basically get any kind of design that you want on the glove. So you just have to talk to them about, about that. So as you can see, look at these black and red ones. It's pretty much the exact same thing. And so, obviously you would message a lot of these because, you want to get different kinds of designs and you want to talk to different suppliers and get different price quotes, right? But essentially, as you can see, they're about $2 a pair, and they're selling for, the price here varies, but between $15 and $25 a pair, for the ones that have more reviews, right? So, very clearly they're making money and they're making much more than a full-time income. And this looks interesting, like cut-resistant gloves with high-performance level hand protection. So, take a look at this, for example. Very clearly, it's a private labeler, a lot of private labelers. And by the way, what I'm showing you guys is private labeling. So, it's basically, all that means is you find the product on Alibaba, which is what I just showed you, and you put your own brand on it. So, as you can see right here, Yanin, that's, very clearly a Chinese supplier, just, really, putting a really weird logo on it and not putting much effort into the listing. So obviously that allows you to come in with amazing marketing, especially if you know English well. You can come in with amazing marketing. If you know some graphic design, to create some awesome pictures for your product and, really create an overall better listing that's going to capture those sales, from this person, from this supplier, because this Chinese supplier right now is making $68,000 a month with a not so great, listing and a not so great logo, right? So I'm going to show you guys right here. If we go on Alibaba, you can literally find anything on this website, cut resistant gloves. All you have to do is type that in and you will find like pretty much the exact same ones, I guarantee you. So as you can see, we just found them. They're 90 cents to $1.30 a pair. You would take the, that means that you could actually negotiate that down to 90 cents to the lower price. So right here, they're selling for $10. So as you can see, $67,000, $68,000 a month. These numbers are very real, and these sellers are making very, real money with these products because, like I said, more and more people are going to buy online, and they don't care if it's a third-party seller or if it's Amazon selling it. They just want the product, to work well. They just want it in their house, and they just want it to perform, and solve the problem that they bought it for, right? So, obviously, if they buy these gloves, then, they just want to be protected. They just want their hands to be protected, right? So there you go. As you can see, you can very clearly tell that, making a full-time income on Amazon, so we're talking about $5,000 to $10,000 a month, is not difficult at all. And, in my opinion, if you're looking to start making passive income, it's the best way right now. So now I'm going to give you guys an approximate breakdown of how much it would take, for your first order, how much money it would take to invest into your first order. So I actually had the breakdown right here, and it's a very rough breakdown, but it's pretty accurate. So right here, I've got a breakdown for your first $5,000 a month product, because $5,000 a month, that's a very realistic goal. Anybody can achieve this if they put in the work, and that's $60,000 a year in profit, right? So that's, pretty much an average full-time income with a person working 40 hours a week, slaving away 9 to 5 in a job that they don't like. That's usually the case in society. If you ask anybody, most people don't like their jobs. Most people don't enjoy their jobs, right? So your initial order, you would go small. So the premise is you want to start out small. So 200 units to 500 units, I would recommend. And if you're absolutely sure that your product is going to, do great, then 1,000 units. Sometimes you just get that great gut feeling about a product and you want to do it, then 1,000 units for sure. But I always recommend, ordering less units to be on the safe side. All right, so for the product cost, we would do $1.85 per unit. Approximately, as you can see, those gloves cost, between $1 and $2 and $3, right? So there's varying levels of quality, obviously. And, this is just a rough example. There are products that are significantly more expensive per unit than this. Yes, there are, obviously. However, those products are typically like electronic products, and I wouldn't recommend doing electronic products, especially to start out, because they just have regulations and stuff like that, and that would be a lot more than $1,000 to start. So I would recommend doing that later, once you've got once you kind of know how to sell on Amazon, once you've got a product making you some decent money first. But at the beginning, I wouldn't recommend it. All right, so your total will be $800 to $1,000 just for this initial order. Shipping really varies depending on the size and the weight of your product. So it's the volume and the weight, okay? But typically it's $6 to $7 per kilogram. You can actually ask your supplier exactly how much your product weighs, or your total order weighs, right? So that way you can do $6 to $7 per kg times $6 to $7 times the kilograms that they gave you. And if their shipping price is more expensive than that, you can ask them, hey, you already know that they might be trying to scam you or something like that, right? They might be giving you a wrong shipping price. So that's a great thing to know. And also, this typically includes all labeling for Amazon. Sometimes they would try to charge extra, but you can usually get that, you can usually get them to label it and put all the Amazon labels on it for free. All right, so your total for this right here, $800 to $1,000. Your PPC. So, once your product actually gets into Amazon, there are 3 things you need to do. You need to run PPC, you need to run a launch, right? And, you don't need to do a viral launch, which I'm going to talk about in a second. You can do it manually, although I recommend doing a viral launch, and you need to get your initial reviews, okay? So your PPC, when you're starting out, it would be $10 to $20 a day for 5 days. And this would really help you out with your launch. So it'd be about $50 to $100 for your PPC. Your viral launch would be about $397. If you decide to do viral launch, basically all that does is it ranks your product on the first page. They run a giveaway for you. And basically it takes out all of the work of you trying to go into Facebook groups and trying to give away your product, which is the other way of doing it. That way it's cheaper. It takes a lot more time. So it's just essentially it's a time or money thing for you guys. So if you have more time but less money, then you can try to do it manually. But if you have maybe a higher starting capital or starting budget, then definitely I'll go with viral launch. That's what I use to launch my products. So for reviews, I would, this really varies, but you need to get those initial reviews. And I would set aside $100 for your initial review budget, because you actually need to reimburse the people that purchase your product, for them to purchase it and leave a review, right? So, let's say your product is $15. So every time, you find someone to leave you a review, you need to pay them $15, for example, through PayPal. You need to reimburse them. And so, for those first 5 to 7 reviews, you just set aside a review budget of $100. So, that would add on about $500 in launch costs. Sometimes PPC is enough to launch your product, but, most of the time I would say that you definitely do need to launch it yourself or run a viral launch. So as you can see, that puts our startup cost between $800 and $1,000 plus $500. So about $1,500 for, a small enough test order. A product cost about, $2, $3 per unit, including all the labeling, including all the shipping and everything. And so here's the important part, all right? All successful people and all millionaires, what they do is they break down their goals. And I want you guys to start breaking down your goals as well. So I always break down my goals, whatever they are. So let's say my goal is $5,000 a month with, let's say, a particular income stream. In this case for you guys, it would be Amazon. So you would do, $5,000 a month. How many units times how many profit, how much profit would I have to kind of make to get $5,000 a month? So 500 units times $10 profit per unit would give you $5,000 a month. This is profit, by the way. So we're talking, this is $10,000 in revenue, $5,000 a month in profit. And then, also $5,000 a month, let's say you have a lower profit per unit, but you can sell more of them. So you can sell 750 units times 6.7 profit per unit. Then that's the same $5,000 a month in profit. So there's no difference between the two. You just basically, make less profit per unit, and you have to sell more units, right? So there you go. This is a very simple breakdown, of how to make a full-time income on Amazon and how it is realistic for you to actually do this. And for anybody to do this, as long as they have a computer, an internet connection, and they're following the right information and they're following the correct formula, like a proven, step-by-step formula to actually make money on Amazon FBA. Now, long-term, you want to build a brand on Amazon. So you don't want to just kind of sell, random, weird products. You want to build a brand, because if you build a brand, now you have an asset, you have brand recognition, and people, start to recognize your brand online, and they're going to recommend it to their friends and their family. And so now you can get, from one sale, you can actually get, let's say someone buys it and then she recommends it to her mom and her sister and, etc. So, now you converted one sale into 3 or 4 sales, just like that. So you want to build a brand. That way you can have maybe 3 to 5 complementary products that solve the problems of the same target market. And that is the best way to actually consistently hit 6 figures or multiple 6 figures a year on Amazon FBA. So one thing I do want to remind you guys is that those gloves that I was using as an example, that is a product that is way too competitive, right? So you've got to find, you've got to have the correct product research techniques. You've got to know the correct product research techniques in order to find those products that aren't too competitive, that you can actually differentiate, okay? And here's an important thing. With Amazon, you don't want to just be selling, just like, regular products that anybody else can go on Alibaba and just, basically you want to be differentiating it just enough, maybe putting an amazing logo on it, really creating an awesome brand, really creating an awesome listing. And, let's say your product requires some special regulations. Well, if you do some research and you figure out how to get approved for, let's say, a category on Amazon, or, you figure out how to differentiate yourself and maybe enter a market, let's say glass products. A lot of people stay away from glass products because they tend to break a lot. When in reality, you can actually go speak to a supplier and really, figure out like, hey, like talk to them and be like, hey, how do we make sure that these glass products don't break on the way to Amazon? And they obviously have experience because they've been shipping glass products for a while. These factories have been around for a long time in China. So they have experience. So as long as you figure it out, maybe you put some extra packing in, some extra like foam or whatever. And as long as you figure it out, you're going against the grain, and you're going against what everybody's doing, and you're kind of going the extra mile. And as long as you go the extra mile in business, you will win. And as long as you stay focused, you will win, all right? So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys can see how powerful Amazon FBA actually is if you are following, the correct information, and if you're treating it like a real business, right? So treat this like your actual job. If you have a job, treat it like your actual 9 to 5. If you miss a day of work, right, and it's not accounted for, then, obviously you're gonna probably, you might lose your job, right? So if people treated it this way, trust me, a lot more people would succeed in business. But a lot of people just don't have the willpower and don't have the self-control and the self-motivation to, really win it in business, all right? So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Check out the awesome Amazon FBA content on my channel. I've got a ton of Amazon FBA content. I just recorded an interview with some of my successful students. They went from 0 to $14,000 a month on Amazon FBA after taking my Amazon Freedom course. So as you can see right here, this is the video, so you can go and check out the interview. And they did that after taking my Amazon Freedom course, which essentially I took all my experience and all the mistakes that I made, so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. You don't have to lose thousands of dollars on products that might be banned, restricted, or just too competitive. And I put that all into one course, including my one-on-one mentorship. So you have access to me to be able to ask me any questions you'd like on my personal Facebook profile. So the link for that is below, and the link for the interview is, I'm gonna put it right here in this video. So check it out. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this opened up your mind to some of the possibilities, or the abundant possibilities, that exist with the internet right now. It's 2018. There's no reason that anybody should be stuck in a 9 to 5 job. There's no reason that you can't be your own boss, right? I think that's what everybody wants. But the thing is that you have to stay committed, and you have to follow a proven formula, and you pretty much need the correct information, and you need a mentor, all right? And you need to push yourself, all right? And believe in yourself, okay? So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. My Instagram is below. Follow me on there. I post some cool stuff, and I'll see you guys soon. Lots of great stuff coming up.